Just came home for a little bit before I go back out.
Yeah.
This whole Tiffany Haddish, Ari Spears shit, man, it's crazy.
Is that even real?
Regardless if it's real or not, honestly, no child should go through a predicament like that. That's my thing.
Yeah, but that could be made up. Like when did? How did they know? Like they did all this shit? When did this shit
They
come
had
out?
a
Is
they
it
have
like
a video out now and shit.
they have a video of them?
Yeah, it's a literally a video of them like in front of that just resurfaced and shit.
Wow, of them doing it.
Yeah, I honestly I don't plan on watching the video, but it was saying some shit like how they put the sandwich on the kid's lap and
Uh
stuff
huh.
like that, and then I think Ari Spears wanted to do like a Lady in a Tramp thing where he bit one half of the sandwich and the other
What?
person bit the other half. Yeah, some really sick,
What
some
kind of
really
shit
sick
is
shit.
that?
Yeah, I think Tiffany Haddish
Wow.
says some shit like and this is all reported. And she said if you keep acting like this, you're not gonna get a job at Nickelodeon. Mind you, Nickelodeon has been
What?
going through scandals a lot
What?
with how they
What year was this? What year was this?
um they they said I think it was like in late 2000s, I think like 2008 or maybe 20 early 2010s, some shit like that.
Wow,
And it's
that's
crazy
crazy.
how Aries Spears he's already in trouble because he was talking all that shit about Lizzo and shit. So
What do you say? But
that
she's fat.
talking about she looks like the shit emoji or some shit like that. I'm just like Aries Spears, man. You
Yeah.
not you not the skinniest motherfucker and shit like that too. So
Yeah, but Liz don't put herself out there for that scrutiny though. When you go to a
yeah,
Lakers game, you go to a Lakers game in the front row, and then you showing your ass. Like, what do you think people gonna say?
yeah. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong and shit like that. It was funny when she did that, but it's been like 2 years and shit like that. I mean, because they just asked the motherfucker, "What do you think of Lizzo's music?" He just started
Mm,
ranting that shit. I'm not the biggest Lizzo fan like that. She's
right.
talented, but she's talented and shit like that. But just some of the answers that she does, I'm not really too
Yeah.
keen of. But
That's what's
that's just
turning
how she
people
is.
off. That's what's turning
Yeah.
people off. Just like Tyler, when Tyler was doing that bullshit on Twitter, and people stopped fucking with him.
Well, see that's also a different story because there's also the sexual abuse claims about Tyler too
I
and
didn't
many
hear
other
about
people.
that.
Oh yeah, like
What is what these motherfuckers like? They just love touching kids. I don't understand.
no, he didn't touch no kids. It was like
Who
he was accused of sexually harassing and raping and shit.
who?
Talib.
What was it? Was no, I'm talking about Tyler.
Well, he said Tyler
Yeah,
or Talib Kweli.
no, Tyler. Tyler was remember Tyler was saying all kind
He
of
said
stupid
Tyler.
tweets and yes.
Yeah, he was saying all stupid tweets, and then all of
Hmm.
a sudden, it came from a lot of people that he was sexually abusing girls and shit like that, like women.
Tyler?
Like I mean, yeah, Talib Kweli.
No, not Talib. Tyler, the creator, not Talib. We talking about somebody else.
Oh, what the fuck did Tyler do? What the fuck did Tyler do?
Was didn't he go on Twitter and said that he was dating Jalen Smith or some shit like Jaden Smith or something?
Oh yeah, but
Yeah,
that
he was doing that shit.
yeah, but Tyler the creator, he's a fucking troll and shit, really. But he does that shit to his advantage. But honestly,
If the
I,
Talib thing was real, what why come he ain't locked up? What's her name? Could say whatever.
Jaguar White,
Jaguar could say and where she been? She like lost off the planet. She could say whatever.
shit, that shit crazy, yo. What else? What else is going on and shit? Everyone's still talking about this Jay Z verse.
Oh God, they gotta come on with that, man. Stop that bullshit. That's not the best verse ever. This is the problem with these kids. They don't want to go back and do their history and say
Fucking
stupid shit like that.
Kyle said he did that shit in one take, y'all. One take. I'm just like, he did almost all his verses in one take. Let's just stop there.
They obviously ain't hear shit from Jay in the '90s for them to say that. Go back and listen to DMX second album on Blackout.
Ooh,
What do you say? A ghetto nigga doing Will Smith numbers? Come on, man. That's all I needed to hear.
done.
You know what I'm saying? Go back and listen to that. Young G's off of Puff Daddy's only classic album. He had a great
Go
verse
back
on
to
there.
go back to listen, nigga. What, nigga? Who?
Facts. No, I'm talking about guest features. I ain't talking about it on his own album. I'm talking about guest
Oh, oh.
features.
Well, welcome to New York City with Cameron.
Right. Money and Thing, Jermaine Dupri. They ain't listen. They ain't
He
listen. They
killed.
don't know about that J. They know about fucking 444 J. That's a different Jay Z. Best verse ever. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
What time is it? I'm gonna start this in about 15. I said this generation so
They
easily
they
amused.
they don't know. But they want to debate with you in comments. You can't debate with me about shit. I've been on this planet longer than your asses. Just so you know, don't do it. You make an ass out of yourselves.
Shit. So Dre and Snoop Dogg really making an album together.
Hopefully that should actually come out. You know how Dre do. Wait, we still waiting for Detox that never came out. Still
He is
waiting for
doing it.
that shit.
My nigga Drake in the studio for like, wow.
Right? You know what I mean? We still waiting for that shit.
He working on shit with everybody.
Fuck this nigga calling me for? I'm busy. Still waiting for that shit.
Niggas are funny.
Still waiting for that shit, B. That shit ain't never
Meanwhile,
going. That shit gonna drop when Dre pass away. That's when his estate gonna release it. I have a feeling that's when they're gonna drop it because it's been done.
they're gonna call the detox sessions.
It's been done. You can find the unreleased tracks online. They've been have it on there since for years or whatever. He did the shit he did with Ti. Ti's on the album. He did shit with Jay Z. That's on the album. You know, that's when they're gonna release it. When he died, that's when they're gonna release Detox.
Technically, he was supposed to die and shit.
Yeah, but he didn't. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be his gift to the fans. Drake got a gang of unreleased shit. He's like Prince. When he died, he's like he has a vault of like shit he could release. There's tracks with him and Ice Cube for that album that never came out, the Helter Skelter album.
Yeah, that
You
shit ain't
know,
never.
that shit ain't never gonna come out. He got those tracks. You got shit. I know you got unreleased shit from NWA and Easy and all that. So just from the artist that was on his label, King T, the Kingdom Come album, that never dropped. He got the Rakim shit, the Joel O.T. shit, all that shit that none of those artists ever dropped on Aftermath. He got all that stuff in his vault. Remember, in the club was supposed to be for Rakim, and it went to
Thank God.
D12. It went to D12, and D12 couldn't do nothing with it, and Rakim had it. He couldn't do nothing with the beat, and then it went to 50. That was gonna
Thank
be on
God.
Rakim.
Rocky
That was
Black.
gonna be on Rakim's album. That was gonna imagine that. That was gonna be on Rakim's album, and 50 Cent never get that beat.
Thank God, because that was not Rakim's style at all.
Right. That wouldn't have been a hit if Rakim had it. They gave it to the right
No,
person.
well, it might have been a hit because Dre's
Nah,
marketing.
fuck no.
It might
That
have been.
in the club beat, nah. Rakim wouldn't have made that no hit. Hell fucking no.
I'm not saying he would, but
It would have
still,
been
I'm just
it would have
saying.
been
If you
it
think
would have
about
been
the marketing,
a single is different from a hit. It would have been a single, but a hit, nah, 50 made that one of the best songs ever. That's a it went to the right person because Rakim wouldn't have made that no hit.
yeah, I'm not saying it's gonna be a bigger hit with 50 Cent. That's what I'm trying to say. But I'm just gonna say it might be a modest hit.
Nah, not with Rakim. Rakim, he didn't focus. See, some of those artists did back then. They didn't focus on hit singles. Like when it was released, if it became a hit single, it's only because of radio or whatever. But
Sure,
50 took that to a whole nother level with that song.
that's true.
You know what I'm saying? A single and a hit is two different things. You know what I'm saying? He would have made that a single, but a hit, 50 made that a hit.
I'm just man. I wonder what was some of the unreleased shit Raekwon did with Aftermath.
Right, right. That's right, because he was on Cuban Link too. He did Catalina, and he did another joint on it.
I need that
So
Cuban Links 2 album. Shit.
imagine, same. Imagine like all this shit that he didn't get to release off of those sessions or whatever. Cause that shit got delayed for years.
Right.
I remember
I
being up
was
in Fat. I remember being up in Fat Beats, and they had like the posters for that album, and it was nowhere close to being released. And I was like back in '02.
damn because I honestly I thought he announced it back in like '07 and shit.
Nah, he was working on that for like 10 years at least. Cause he even like you look at those mixtapes, the Vatican mixtapes and State of Grace, all them shits are like from the Cuban Link 2 sessions.
Got you.
A lot of them went to like the mixtapes or whatever.
Yeah. I'm still surprised Busta Rhymes at least dropped one album on Aftermath Records and shit.
Right? And he had his issues also, remember?
Yep.
He did
I,
one album with them and left, and then he went to Cash Money, and Cash Money didn't even drop his ass.
Cause Birdman was still fucking over with fucking Lil Wayne shit.
But Birdman was too busy fucking with Tony Braxton. He had time for Busta
Oh
Rhymes.
God. Are they still together?
I don't know. I
To
don't
this
know
day,
either.
I'm just like Birdman and Tony Braxton. Wow. What else? I know who else. Wasn't Bishop Lamont also on Aftermath
Yep,
too?
yep. And I heard his unreleased stuff because on what do you call it, when Who Kid had that show on Sirius Radio, he would play like a lot of the unreleased shit on Aftermath, and they played a lot of
Yeah.
the unreleased shit from Bishop and and from what's it and from King T.
Yeah. I heard some of King T's Aftermath stuff. I'm not gonna lie,
Yeah,
it was cool, but
yeah, it wasn't
yeah,
good. It wasn't good.
I felt like the For Life album was his
But
apex in my opinion.
I heard it from there used to be a website that had like those unreleased albums, and I heard it from there. And he talked about it on the DJ Vlad interview that he did. He talked about the unreleased album.
Right. Not Ari Spears saying I wish Jay-Z cut his hair off. Man, I'm so tired of this motherfucker.
What?
Niggas always talking shit about
How you?
somebody.
Hold on. Wait, this is the same dude that's caught up in scandal right now, and he's worried about Jay Z.
Well, this was the Art of Dialogue interview that was
Oh,
weeks ago. They pre-recorded this weeks ago and shit.
they
I
knew
still
what
gotta
they were
watch.
doing. That's not
I
no
still gotta watch
coincidence.
it.
Yo, you know that ain't no coincidence. They knew he was gonna get in trouble. That's why they released it.
Yeah, yeah. Um, I still have to watch that Teddy Riley Vlad TV interview and shit. I know that's gonna be a long one.
Teddy Riley,
Yeah,
I didn't see it. That's new.
yeah. It just happened last week. He's up to the part where guy went 2 times platinum and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Which
Right.
speaking of Guy double review coming possibly next month, possibly
Yes. Why we gotta wait till then?
because I still got other stuff lined up like Missy Elliott shit
Oh yeah.
And Blackstreet is this whole fucking month. We're talking about the albums and
so
stuff.
you busy. You got us busy here. Shit. We should be getting
Yeah,
paid for this.
like the end of this year and shit like that. There's gonna be a lot more straightforward reviews because this year we've been kind of experimental. This year, I'm not gonna hold you.
Yeah. You have. And I told you that since the new year, you've been doing some bullshit. I ain't like, what are we doing here? Rocco's Modern Life. I don't watch this shit. Now you say gargoyles, that's one thing. You say Batman, that's one thing. But you know.
Well, me and Ashley likes that. Me and Ashley, we grew up on that show. So
well, you and Ashley could.
Hey, we got Thundercats. We got Thundercats too.
Yeah, I'm gonna be eating dinner when you and her discuss that shit because I ain't watch that.
Well, did you watch Johnny Quest?
Johnny Quest, I fuck with. I like Johnny Quest.
Well, that's coming up.
That wasn't one of my favorites though, but I watched them more than Rocco's Modern Life and shit.
I never watched a lot of Johnny Quest, but I watched a few episodes. I'm just like, this show was kind of ahead of its time and shit, honestly. And for the '60s and shit. Yeah, because like for one, it was one of the first. You said what?
Rick and Morty. That's the shit I like that you recommend. Rick
and
Morty. That's the best shit you ever recommended. You know. Rick and Morty. That's the shit I like.
Come on, I feel like you're like Rocco's Modern Life.
You think so? What if I don't?
And just give your honest opinion and shit.
So you become like you love it when people come on here and be like, oh, they like this shit.
No, no, because I've been saying I want to talk about this show for like months now and shit. But hell, I didn't like Lord of Willing and shit.
Oh God, you wasn't. I didn't even think you was gonna show up for that. I think it was me and Eric doing that joint.
Yeah, because like I said, I don't mind. I like reviewing shit. I give my honest opinion. I just didn't like the production on the album.
I'm like, why is Reg here? Like, you don't like this album? Why are you here? Get lost. You know. Oh man.
Shit. What else? Where the fuck is everybody at though? Shit.
It's Saturday.
Oh yeah, Labor Day weekend and shit. Everyone's having fun.
Look like it's about to rain over here.
You said what?
Look like it's about to rain.
Yeah, it does look cloudy and shit. And I gotta work tonight too. Great. Shit. All right, I might start my 5 minutes.
Which one we doing first?
Let's just do Waiting to Excel first. Then we do Nutty Professor since that came out first.
Okay. Hold on.
After last night, and I'm in love with you. When I'm gonna see you again. Teddy Riley met Gladys Knight when he was a kid. That's what's up. I know you're gonna like next week's hip hop album we're gonna talk about. You hear me?
Yeah. I hear what you said. You said something about hip hop albums.
I see next week's hip hop album. I know you're gonna love that one.
Did you tell me already?
Yeah, I texted it to you.
Okay. Yes.
Favorite scene in the Nutty Professor? Do I even have a favorite scene? Maybe the dinner table scene. I'm not gonna lie, that's not. It's a good movie, but it's not really one of my favorite Eddie movies and shit.
Nutty Professor.
It's been years. Yeah, out of the kid movies, I would take that over Doctor Dolittle.
I don't even remember the other Doctor Dolittle films. I only saw. Well, I remember one, the one that Aaliyah did the song for. That was one or two.
One.
One, yeah, that's the one I saw. I think I saw part two, but I don't. I know they had like other sequels and shit.
Yeah, I didn't care for those movies.
Man, that nigga was doing anything for a check at that point. He said, "Meet Dave." Yeah, I'll do it.
After he got arrested and shit, he just trying to prove
Yeah,
his image.
he was just doing all kind of shit. Osmosis Jones. Yeah, I'll do it.
Daddy daycare. Oh, definitely.
Right, right. All kind of shit. Shrek. I'll do it.
Hey, wait a minute now. Shrek is good.
I never
First two
saw it.
Shrek,
Never saw it.
you never saw
I
Shrek.
never saw none of them. No, I never saw none of them. We had
Ah,
this discussion. I never saw none of those Disney films.
it's
I have
DreamWorks.
DreamWorks. Oh, I never saw none of them. No, I never saw Toy Story, Monsters Inc. Haven't seen those. Buzz
Just
Lightyear.
just
None of
stick
those.
just stick to the first two Shreks.
The last shit I've seen Cars and I've seen
Cars was you saw
I
Cars?
see,
That shit was whack.
yeah, I seen Cars and I seen Finding Nemo.
Okay,
I
Finding
swear,
Nemo
but
was good.
those Disney films, I'm not into those Disney films. Like I like Hotel Transylvania because it was funny and it's more like grown up. But like to get me to watch Toy Story and stuff, I wouldn't watch that shit. I would fall asleep.
Shit. What's up, Ashley? How you doing?
Ashley, yeah, I'm
All
not
right, I'm
into
ready to
those.
start with that.
If I was younger and I was like when I was into like Little Mermaid and Lady and the Tramp, that would be different. I probably would have saw those films, but
So what
you got it. Huh?
so you fuck with Little Mermaid and shit?
Yeah, that's a classic. Cause that came out when I was little. You know what I'm saying? Lady and the Tramp and Cinderella and shit. You know,
Shit.
Peach Dragon, like that. Them shits I grew up on, but this shit is different. Is different now to watch.
Yeah, Peace Dragon was trash.
You know what I mean? Yeah, Snow White. You know what I'm saying? Like those joints.
All right, I'm ready to start whenever you want.
Yeah.
What's up, you two? How's everyone doing this lovely day? This your boy Reg in the building. Got my homeboy Try with me.
What up?
So we're gonna review the Waiting to Exhale soundtrack, and then we also gonna talk about the Nutty Professor album and stuff too. It's the Waiting to Exhale.
Mhm.
Um, y'all should know the reason why I'm gonna review this. So we're not gonna be too long about all this shit. But just letting
Yeah,
y'all
you
know
you
this
was
was
on your Kanye rant the other night. I was like, yo, this is Kanye I'm with right now.
yeah.
Kanye Jr. We gonna start calling you that from now on.
Nah, that I was mad about some personal shit that fucked over financially. So
Right.
we're just gonna put that behind us. I'm not gonna blow up like that unless if it's really justified. Like unless
Okay.
y'all really motherfuckers get on my nerves and shit like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Go at them in the comments. The shit they be saying. You know.
But if I did offend anybody, I do apologize and shit like that. I was just mad as fuck that day. Like
Yes.
that was some
Apparently.
shit. I was, huh?
I said apparently.
Yeah, I was just mad as fuck that day and shit like that. I'm still kind of mad about it, but I got that shit taken care of because
Right.
I needed that money to pay off certain bills and stuff like that too. Because I was planning on going to do some shit this weekend, but I gotta wait till I get some more money
Right.
when I get paid next time and shit too. So it's like,
I
right,
feel you.
and that shit just overspilled. So long story short, yeah. So y'all should know about Waiting to Exhale, the movie. This was a movie that had Whitney Houston, Angela Bassett, Layla Rashawn, Loretta Devine, Gregory Hines, Wesley Snipes, Allstate guy,
Yeah.
whose name I always fucking forget. I know someone's gonna mention it in chat and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. This is very, very, very. It's not only one of my favorite movies. It's like one of those romantic comedy movies, but for I feel like the actor they picked the right actor that was well casted and stuff like that. And if we wouldn't have movies like this, we probably wouldn't have movies like some shit like the Tyler Perry shit, or we wouldn't have like some shit like
Man.
maybe Love and Basketball,
Mm-hmm.
Deliver Us from Eva. I'm just saying
Yeah.
random movie on top of my head and shit, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. So this soundtrack was like I said was produced by Babyface, and this came out with about 7 singles. Yeah, 7 singles.
Classics.
Whitney's Excel Shoot Shoot, Brandy's Sitting Up in My Room, Mary J. Blige Not Gonna Cry, Count on Me, that was from Whitney and CeCe Winans, Let It Flow, Tony Braxton, Aretha Franklin Hurts Like Hell, and Why Does It Hurt So Bad? Again, another song by Whitney Houston. Yeah. Yeah, Try's already showing you the fucking booklet.
Yes.
I wish
I love it.
yeah.
Oh.
I that's one thing about soundtrack. I miss when they used to have picks of the movies and stuff like that too, you know.
Shante Moore is like the finest one here, yo, with her old ass. She could get it at 55. 55 is she looking and she fine as fuck.
Hell yeah.
What? And chicks younger than her that don't even look like that. Faith Evans, gorgeous ass.
That was my favorite era of Faith Evans, look wise
Right?
too.
Yes, I love it.
I don't know what I
How
mean,
dare you,
she
Biggie?
still looks good now. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know.
How,
I feel like
how
you said
dare you,
what?
Biggie? How dare Biggie cheat on her with Little Kim at that?
In Charlie Baltimore.
Yeah, right. Jesus Christ. Biggie was just digging out everybody.
No, don't lie. Kim was 62 at that time. Let's she was 62 at that time, but
Yeah, Tali got a cute face, but she bony as hell though.
she got more thicker these days and shit.
Yeah, she was bony back then. I probably weighed more than her.
Yeah. I just can't imagine having 2 albums of mine being shelved and shit. That's
She can't catch
crazy.
a break. She should have put out mix. She would have been a perfect artist for to put out mixtapes at that in that era. And she never did that.
No lie. If she was on like Dipset or maybe
Hmm.
hell even G Unit and shit like
She would have
that,
came
I
out.
hate to
She
say
would have
it,
came out.
it would have at least 2 projects would have came out at least.
Yeah, she would have came out for
But
sure.
no, Earth Gotti had this fucking erection for Ashanti and shit like that. So y'all know how that shit goes.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say. All right, 6 tracks. Let's get this shit started. Track number 1, Exhale, Shoot, Shoot. This is Whitney Houston. Probably my favorite Whitney song from this soundtrack and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Pretty much, I love her chemistry with her and Babyface. This song was nominated for a couple of awards and stuff like that. Like I mentioned, it was nominated for a Grammy Award for Song of the Year. It won a category for Best R&B Song and stuff like that. It won a
Right.
couple of MTV Music Awards, Soul Trainer Music Awards. It's still to this day one of the most signature tracks and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My favorite memory of this track though was when in the Jamie Foxx show when Jamie was arrested or with Braxton. I think it was the episode when they had that stolen car or some shit like that, and they were in jail. I think they were about to get the ass beat and stuff like that, but then they started saying shoot
Right.
with some big fat guy. And if you guys watch a lot of TV back in the '90s, you would recognize that face and stuff
Hmm.
like that. So he's one of those character actors. Like if you need a big tough guy, he's always that dude to call on and shit. So that's my number. I mean, that's Exhale Shoot Shoot.
Classic record, man. Because Whitney killed it. Like I mentioned before, it wasn't intended to be the name of that song. And when she started doing the chorus in the studio, Babyface told her to keep it, and she gave us a classic record. And that record is probably the biggest song off of this soundtrack as far as like singles. Because when that came out, that video was played everywhere. I remember watching like the box and
Yeah.
when Bobby Simmons had flavor videos and they were playing that all the time on there. So That's definitely one of my favorite Whitney records. Rest in peace, dog.
Yeah, and I think you are right because I think this was the most successful single. It
Yeah,
spent 11 weeks at number two on the chart, and it was the longest stay in the run-up position. So,
mm,
yes, I think you are right about that. And a little history too. It was the third single to achieve this feat when it debuted at number one on the Billboard Hot 100 and on the Hot R&B singles too. So that's
yes.
the power of Whitney, man. I'm telling you.
Mm,
Speaking of Whitney, we got track number two. Why does it hurt so bad? This one was another solid
yes.
track and stuff like that. Just talking about heartbreak and whatever and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? There was no music video for this track, but they the performance she did on the MTV Movie Awards, that was considered like a de facto music video and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Pretty dope track right here. You know what I'm saying? I fucking love it.
Yeah, this is a dope song. Definitely enjoyed it. Not one of my favorites. Is like Shoop, but it's Whitney, man. Whitney made timeless music.
Oh yeah, timeless.
Yep.
Track number three, Let It Flow with Tony Braxton. Now we talked about this track when we talked about Secrets. I think about 2 or 3 years ago. And honestly,
Right.
a lot of fans love that album. I like it. It's not like I like it, but I don't like it as much as a lot of the Tony fans because
Right.
you don't know.
Yeah.
Y'all know how I feel. Just watch the review of it. But
Right.
this song right here was pretty solid. I fuck with this shit right here. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Tony definitely did a thing with this track right here. So this is like one of the better tracks from the album. I can say that.
Yeah, this was dope. Definitely enjoyed it. Tony's vocals was great. One of my favorites off of Secrets album as well. So
Yeah, you're right about that. Excuse me, right quick. Sorry about that. A little frog in my throat.
mm, mm.
Read it. Chuck number four, Aretha Franklin. It hurts like hell. Now I love Aretha, but her '90s material to me was a bit hit or miss.
Yeah,
I know a lot of fans love that Rose is Still a Rose album, which
I love
that
this. I
has,
love the song, but the actual album I didn't care for.
yeah, it was decent. It was decent, a little
Yeah,
bit overhyped in my opinion, but
yeah,
this song right here was decent too. You know what I'm saying? Like again, it was nice hearing Aretha and Babyface, and if I'm not mistaken, I think Babyface did some stuff on the Rose is Still a Rose, but
and
yeah,
Jermaine Dupri was on that.
and Puffy too.
Oh Lord, I think that's why I didn't like it. Yeah,
Yeah, she like I said, she had like they were trying to. That was the Clive Davis touch, if I'm not
yeah,
mistaken. The Clive Davis
yeah.
touch.
He was touching it too much.
Chill.
You know what I mean? But yeah, the song I definitely would like the song. I remember seeing the single on vinyl. I should have picked it up then, but I'll definitely get the single, but the album I didn't care for from her.
Hmm.
You know, this was okay. This was okay song.
Yeah, it was decent. Track number five, Sitting Up in My Room with Brandy. I said this was actually my favorite track off this album. You know what I'm saying? When I first heard this track, I have to tell you, like, it was a different sound from Babyface from when I first heard it because it was like a more bouncy, like Jeepish R&B kind of deal and stuff like that. And the reason
Right.
was because he from what I looked up, the track masters actually helped out with some of the drum programming
Yeah,
and
you
stuff
told me
like that.
that. That's crazy.
Yeah, and it kind of makes sense too because it does kind of like have that track masters flavor. You know what I'm saying? In a way, like I
Right.
can definitely see like LL on a remix of this song or some shit like that too. You know what I'm
Al
saying?
Al.
Yes.
I thought he was on the remix. You said they had a remix for this, right?
Wait.
Isn't
Hold on.
there a
Hold on.
remix
Wait a
for
minute.
this?
Let me double check because I know it was a remix he did with Mary J. Blige, the All Night Long remix.
Yes. And then I didn't think that needed a remix album. I'm like this is perfect the way it is.
Good. They just did that because at that time LL
Yeah.
was in talks to sign to Bad Boy Records, and Mary J
Right.
was close to Puffy and
Right.
shit like that too. But yeah, no, I don't think LL was on this remix and shit. I think I
Okay,
was. It was. Oh yeah, yeah. You're right. You're right. I did say
right.
the Doug Rashid remix and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah. I forgot I mentioned that shit in the previous review, but yeah, man. This song got like a lot of accolades. It was winner of the best song from a movie from the MTV
Hmm.
Movie Awards and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Got her a few Grammy nods too. You know what I'm saying? Two dope video directed by Hype Williams, and you saw a young Donald Faison. All my
Hmm.
Scrubs fans, y'all should know who he is. You know what I'm
All
saying?
right.
So yeah, yeah. Not a big fan of that show
Yeah.
either. So
Yeah.
yeah, that was a bit too white. It was a bit too white for me. I'm gonna be
That
real.
was a bit too white for you.
I mean, the only thing I liked about that show was the
Uh,
chemistry between the main character and Donald Faison's character
right.
and stuff like that. I just like their chemistry, but I watched a few episodes. I'm just like, it's okay.
Right.
It was okay.
Yeah.
I like it more than Friends, though. You know.
Of course. I love it. I think I think it's a great one of her best records, and the video was dope and it's catchy, you know. I love the song.
Definitely. Um, Track number six. This is how it works. This is TLC. I fucking love this song right here. Pretty underrated song in my personal opinion. Like this could have been honestly on maybe Crazy Sexy Cool and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
it did have that down tempo kind of sound in it too and
Hmm.
shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I fuck with it.
Yeah, Babyface was also on that album, so that makes sense.
Of course.
You know. Yeah, a great song. Again, I heard this song being it was played on the radio a lot. Definitely solid album cut from TLC.
Yeah, very solid album cut. Oh, that's a nice chain. Of
Yeah, you
Biggie
saw
sent
that
me.
shit? Yeah, you
Yeah,
see that
that's
shit? His son.
yeah. Meanwhile, his fucking daughter is auctioning off his house for a fucking
Right.
boyfriend and shit. But I'm gonna keep that
What's that
story for
about?
another day.
What?
I have
So the son doing better than the daughter? I don't understand.
I have no idea.
Wow.
Um, Track number seven, "Not Gonna Cry" with Mary J. Blige. Now I'm gonna get a lot of flack for this. I
Oh boy.
This is not only one of my favorite Mary J. Blige songs. I hate to say it and stuff like I hate to say it, but it's not. I like it, but it's not like one I can just automatically listen to and stuff like
Not
that too. You know what I'm
gonna
saying?
cry.
Yeah.
That's a
Um.
classic Mary ballad. Look, you're gonna already piss off the Mary J fans when they watch this.
Eh, well, they'll be more pissed
Just,
off when we talk about Love and Life. So fuck it.
just know it didn't come from me because she's my favorite female R&B singer. So it didn't come from me, Mary fans.
Yeah, and I forgot this was also on Share My World too. I'm trying to
Yes.
remember. Do I have that? Hold on. I have that. So I don't
Yeah, because I
remember.
don't
Hold
got that
on.
one. I never bought that one. I need
Let
that
me
one.
double check because I gotta check.
Eric, if you listening, share my world. I need that.
Oh yeah, yeah. That was on the album and stuff like that. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
classic
But
album.
yeah, I like the song, but
Mhm.
not one of my favorites and shit. So yeah,
Love it.
but it
Classic,
did get her a few
classic.
Grammy nods too.
One of her best ballads ever. I love that the video. Like I said, like when she was dressed up in all black, it looked like she was going to a funeral. Like she was dressed up in the black scarf over her head, and she got the glasses on and the coat, and that was great. That's the Mary I want to hear, man. I like coked up, drugged out Mary. You know, when she got clean, she didn't make the it wasn't the same anymore. You
I
know,
disagree. I feel like
I need
up to
what
the
I
break.
mean other than the breakthrough. But you keep mentioning the breakthrough. Other than that album, what's does she have any other great albums that she did when she was when she in the No More Drama era?
When you mean the No More Drama era, like what years are you talking
Like
about? Just
I no more drama was like a Grammy award winning album for her, right? I don't remember her winning anything for breakthrough. Did she win anything for breakthrough?
She hold on. Let me double check. Let me double check
I think
because
she might have won for the song for "Be Without You," but you know what I'm saying. That was a great album, but she to me she's had a lot of mediocre shit since then. Like
yes,
I love she did win.
she won two AMAs for favorite soul album, favorite soul artist.
Okay.
She won best R&B video for Be Without You. She won
Mm,
best female R&B artist and video of the year for BT Awards. She won 9 Billboard Artist Awards, including
okay.
R&B Album of the Year.
That was it was a great album, but that to me is the only great album during that time for her. Because if you look at like stronger with every tear and what's the other shit
Wrong,
growing pains. I didn't think
yeah,
those albums were great. They had like some good songs on them, but I don't think they were great albums. Love and
honestly,
Life,
the
I
song
actually
Just Fine say Growing Pain and stuff like that, especially
yes,
that the Chubb Rock remix. Oh my
I
god,
never heard that remix. I never heard the remix for that.
that's fire.
She did a remix over a Chub Rock beat.
Yeah, Just Fine. Lil Wayne was also on the track
Oh God! Of
too.
course they would put him on there. Of course, because this is when Weezy was blowing up with the Carter. You know, I love Love and Life. I thought Love and Life was a great album, and they didn't even promote that shit.
I gotta have to
You
re-listen to
know,
that one.
and she had Jay-Z on that album. She had 50 when he just came out with Get Rich or Die Trying. She had who else was on that album? Somebody else was on that album. Oh, Method Man was on that album. She had Meth on that album. That was like listening to an extended version. That should have been My Life Part Two. Like instead, she came out with that My Life Part Two garbage. She should Love and Life should have been My Life Part Two. That was a great album. You know, what's the song she did? All of My Love, where she sang over the Grand Pooba beat. For I Like It.
Yeah,
The bar joint that was great. Willing and Able, that was a great song. She had joints on that album. I don't understand how the record label didn't promote that. And I mean that could have fucking saved Bad Boy, even though she wasn't on there. But Puffy was behind that damn album, and he's all over that album, co-produced. And we know he don't produce. He was co-produced everything on that album. That could have saved his damn label. You
shit.
know, I love that one. But everything else, I didn't care for. The London sessions were good, but they were good because Sam Smith wrote those songs for her. That's when Sam Smith had blown up when he first came out. And he had like co-wrote a lot of those songs with her. But other than that, I don't like none of those other albums she came out with. You know, Good Morning Gorgeous, it was decent. Again, it's not something. It's not an album going back to play though.
Definitely.
That's probably her best album in years. I can listen to joints off of Good Morning Gorgeous. I like that shit she did before that. I didn't like that one. The one where she's like sitting on the like it look like a throne or something like that.
Yeah, I didn't hear that one either. I
Yeah,
heard it was not as good, but
yeah. And then she had just got the divorce from dude when that album came out. But I'm like, nah, this album is you would think you would put all your pain and suffering from your divorce into that album. She didn't do that. Like I said, give me coked up, drunk Mary, because that's when she made her best music. Like she was in going through her shit when she was making My Life and Share My World and all that. The Mary album, those are classics. You know,
all right.
yes.
I feel you on that. Um, Track number 8, Shaka Khan, My Funny Valentine. Pretty decent song right here. You know what I'm saying? You know, a little jazzy, which is something that Shaka Khan definitely excels on and stuff like that too. So I fuck with it.
That was decent. It's not some of her best shit. You know, it's a
Mm,
decent joint.
I feel you. Sonia Marie and I Gave My Love to You. Didn't really care for this track. I
Me either.
love the beat. It uses the Isley Brothers sample, but the spoken word kind of flow. I didn't really feel like it was best suited for this track. Just being real and shit.
I don't even know who she is. I never heard of her. until it's the soundtrack.
Me neither.
She did she come out with anything after? Because I never heard of, never heard of her.
I honestly don't
I,
even know.
I feel like Clive Davis was like sneaking in some unknown artists on this. Oh, let's put For Real and let's put Sonia Marie on here and Shanna, whoever the fuck they are.
Mhm.
You know, we're gonna sneak them in on this soundtrack. Just like he snuck in well I can't say that because Alicia Keys, for people that don't know, she was signed to So Def before she went to J Records, and she was snuck in on
Yeah,
that Men in Black contract, and I didn't know who the hell she was back then.
true. Yeah, I need to get on that soundtrack too.
Yes, classic.
Track number 8, All Night Long with SWV. Pretty solid song right here. That easily could have been on A New Beginning, my favorite SWV album and
Mm,
shit. I
I gotta
love
hear that
Coco
again.
and yes, sir.
Cause you always say that's their best album, and I've never, for whatever reason, I skipped that one and I went to Release Some Tension, and that was trash. So I got to go back and hear the second one.
Yeah, because New Beginning honestly shits all over Release Intention. I'm just gonna be real with
I
you.
remember the songs. The joint what's that joint? You're the One came from that album, right?
You said which one's on the album?
You're the One.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah,
Yeah, see, I got the CD single for that. I just never, for whatever reason, I didn't buy the album. But
yeah. You're the
you're
one.
the one. Yeah,
Use Your Heart was
Use
on
Your
the
Heart, I
album.
like. Yeah, that one is dope.
Yeah, I think Eric Sermon even
Yeah,
did some shit on the album too.
yeah, yeah. That song I heard, but I for whatever reason I never bought the album. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I gotta hear that one because Release Some Tension was not good.
Honestly, but see, the album has its fan base too. That's the thing,
It do,
because they
and
love
I can't understand it. They like that shit. I'm like, but where's
it's
the
the
love for
Rain
their song
song.
market?
Like that song, Rain.
But see, I don't even care. That song was cool. I like the song they did with Redman, "Lose My Cool." To me was the best song on there.
I disagree. When We Cry, that's
I
the
don't like
best.
the video. I think the video make no damn sense. I don't understand how they took that song with Redman and made like a Halloween. They made a Halloween video out of that shit where they like dancing at the grave and all. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Mm.
Like they really the record label gave them money to do a video at a gravesite. I did the video to make no sense, but I love the song with Redman, but I don't like the video. But that was like an album full of like SWV and friends. Every song was a collab on there.
Right. I love the song "When We Cry" though. That to me is my favorite track they've done on that album.
Right.
Um, "Way You" with Shantae Moore. Very cool song and stuff like that. Again, that was when Shantae dropped the second album, "I Love Supreme," which that was
Yeah.
not a commercially successful album and stuff like that
But
too.
is that the one that is that this that's the album that had Shantae's Got a Man or something?
That was the next one.
Oh, okay. I remember that song.
This this one had "You're the One," "Old School Lovin',"
Old
shit
School
like that.
Loving. Yeah, that was dope.
Yeah,
That was dope.
yeah,
You can see that video a lot. Wow. Underrated singer.
I agree.
Definitely. And she's
By the way,
gorgeous. Uh,
I was gonna say shout out to Ashley for hooking me up with that Shantae Moore album 2 years ago.
so she's still gorgeous. At 55, she don't even look 55. Damn.
I agree.
Some chicks out here look in their 20s, they look old as fuck.
When they
You
30s,
know,
they look. But
right?
have
She
you seen what
55
Aaron
and she
Carter
look
looks
good.
like?
Who?
Aaron Carter.
Aaron Carter? Nah, I
Yeah.
heard he was on drugs though.
Good.
I heard I heard he was on drugs. I don't get it. Like these dudes is filthy rich. What do you on drugs? Are they just on drugs just because they could do it, or they going through shit?
Because the people, probably the team just supplies it to them and shit.
I
Just
think that's
waiting,
what it
waiting
is.
for the downfall.
Yeah, they can just get it at any point and they overdose and die. Because
And then oh, God, I'm sorry.
I'm about to say you can't tell me living in a mansion with money is gonna make you is stressing you out. I don't believe that.
Honestly, it's just the people stealing the people's money and the celebrities' money and shit like that too.
Well, then have good accountants around you. Count your own
You know,
fucking money. I don't understand. Count your own fucking. Listen, I failed math, but I could count money. You know what I'm saying?
because
Algebra was not my thing, but I could fucking count money.
yeah, because if I'm not mistaken, I think Aaron Carter's parents try to fuck with his dude too and shit.
Oh yeah, one of those.
Yeah,
Wow, that's
it's
the shit that
so
wasn't Britney Spears is going through that shit with her parents.
not well. Britney's was a little different. Aaron, I think I don't know the whole true story. He did like a Vlad interview. He does like a lot of Vlad interviews and stuff too. And I know that I think he's trying to get emancipated from his parents. You know,
Oh,
white people love doing that shit too. So
the fuck. That's definitely
that's the
some
thing.
straight shit.
That's the thing that kills me. These white kids, they'll just be emancipated from their parents. And like ain't no nigga, ain't no black kid doing some shit like that.
Even you saying that shit sounds weird. Emancipated, like what?
We're just
You
gonna say
know,
divorce. We're just gonna
you
say
came out
divorce from their parents.
you came out your mama's pussy. So now you're like you're trying to take her to court so she can't be a mother. I don't understand.
Yeah, man. Macaulay Culkin, if I'm not mistaken, he got emancipated from his parents. Well, divorced from his
But
parents.
look who you're talking about. Macaulay Culkin only had one great movie, Home Alone.
Just
That's
stop
Home
that.
Alone 1 and 2.
Stop that. No, no, no,
Home Alone
no.
1 and 2. What the Good Son? You
Okay,
gonna say the
one
Good
and two.
Son?
Don't forget my guy.
My Guy?
Where he died. Yeah, my girl, my guy, whatever that one is.
That shit was alright. It wasn't no classic, not to me. Home Alone, he will always be known for Home
Jesus.
Alone. Kevin, they left Kevin at home. They left Kevin at home, and the nigga screaming his head off in the damn house by himself. He will always be known for Home Alone, no matter what he do. He could drop that right now. He will still be known for Home Alone. And I've seen him on. He was on last season of American Horror Story because he did like that anthology series. I don't like that anthology series. That anthology series they did. He was like one of the vampires in the town for that the anthology series, and he was terrible in it. But he will always be known for Home Alone. He don't have no other great movie other than that. Good Son was okay. It ain't great. That's why I just called the Good Son. Home Alone, he will always be
Wasn't the
known
good son
for.
the one?
Huh?
The good son that was the one with Ted Danson, right?
That was a drama. I don't remember Ted Danson. I don't remember Ted Danson in there. What did he play? His father?
I know he did. I know he did one movie with Ted Danson, some shit
I
like that.
think Good Son was with Tim and Elijah Wood, if I'm not mistaken, when they were a little. Yeah.
Oh
I saw
wow.
that a long time ago. Yeah, that was like a drama. Like he played it was like one good son, one bad son type of shit. But he was almost like Orphan. Like he played like one of them badass little kids in that film. But he will always be known for Home Alone. Let's stop the bullshit now. He will always be known for Home Alone.
He
When you say
would.
Macaulay Culkin, everybody know Macaulay Culkin for Home Alone. Nothing else. They're not gonna say, "Oh yeah, that's Macaulay from The Good Son." No, come on, y'all capping right now.
I'm just saying he will always be known for Home Alone, but he had to me he had other good roles in Home Alone and shit too.
Man, they're
That's
right.
what I'm saying.
He's another Edward Furlong. Edward Furlong will always be known for T2. Nothing else. Not that Crow sequel that he did that was garbage. None of that other bullshit he was doing. He will always be known for T2 Judgment Day. You know.
Yeah. Anyway, Patti LaBelle, My Love, Sweet Love. That was a pretty cool song and shit.
That was cool. I feel like we're getting into like the mediocre shit on this soundtrack, and for like
Yeah, I'm just gonna skim right through these. Yeah,
some legendary artists, and they had like some mediocre shit given to them.
yeah, I'm just gonna skim right through these and shit.
But you
Faith
got
Evans.
Babyface, you got Babyface doing shit with LMA, so I don't understand that, but to totally sampling a classic from Tevin Campbell for that, I don't get it.
Wow.
And I love LMA. I'm like, come on, Babyface. You ain't
I
got like
mean,
some unreleased. You ain't got Babyface is always working on music. You mean to tell me you ain't got an unreleased track somewhere lying around that you could have gave for instead of sampling Tevin Campbell's song?
let me guess. Can We Talk? Is what they
Yes,
sampled.
yes, he sampled
Oh my
that.
I am so fucking tired.
And in the video, and the video is like a mini movie. It's like 5 minutes long, and they dressed up in like some colonial shit, and they're playing the Tevin Campbell song in the beginning of the video.
I love Tevin Campbell, but I'm sick and tired of the public overusing. Can we talk? Can we talk? Can we talk?
I'm like, baby,
give me.
This is what you doing.
Give me. I'm ready. Give me. Shh. We're gonna break it.
I don't even think he produced it. I think it sounds like a mustard beat because I'm like it has like 808s and shit. I'm like, Babyface don't use that shit. That's not his style.
Well, probably Mustard is the drums like the track masters and shit.
That has to be Mustard doing that because that sounds like a Mustard beat. I'm like, Babyface don't use 808s in his music, unless he just decided to be like, yo, fuck it, I'm gonna just do what's trendy. But he is sampling Tevin Campbell shit and they playing the damn song. They're like a bunch of violin players in the video playing the song before the actual song is on. So you could tell like they sampling Tevin Campbell shit.
Shit. Anyway, and one more thing, I just gotta say this. I love to have people singing his song, but can y'all actually know the lyrics before y'all fuck up the lyrics on TikTok?
Exactly.
I'm just being real because that's a standard in black music. That's a standard in black music. You can't do shit like that.
Yeah, like, come on. They fucking up the lyrics. They adding their own lyrics to the song.
Right, and don't get me wrong.
Don't do the damn challenge if you all don't know the lyrics to the song. That's why you got Genius. Go on Genius and figure out the lyrics. They fucking up the man's.
Genius even fucks up the lyrics too.
Hey, I did tell y'all the internet can't be trusted. Y'all didn't want to hear me. Y'all go on Wikipedia and be like, oh, Wikipedia said nutty rap is a thing. There's no such thing as nutty rap. There's no such no fucking category as that.
Lyrics, liner notes.
Wikipedia said this is a real thing. So if Wikipedia tell y'all motherfuckers to jump off a roof, you gonna do it? There's no such thing. Exactly. They get shit wrong on there also. So you telling me that Wikipedia said it don't mean shit. Nutty rap is your thing, try. I because Wikipedia said so. Fuck out of here.
Track number 13, Faith Evans, Kissing You. It's kind of weird though because Toto had a song called Kissing You from the first album.
Right.
And this does not sound remotely like the Toto song. So I was just like, what the fuck?
You know Puffy was in the studio when this shit was going down. He was like, we naming this shit Kissing You. Just like Toto got their own Kissing You song on their album. You know that he was there. Because that's a bad boy artist and he had to give the clearance for her to even be on the soundtrack. That's why I know he was there.
He didn't get the clearance when Faith appeared on All Eyes on Me.
Shit. That's right.
Faith said football. He said football for shit.
Pac gave her the clearance when he was up in that pussy. That's what happened.
Right.
Oh my lord.
Okay, I'm on some real shit. Track 14 and 15. For Real, Love Will Be Waiting at Home, and Shauna, How Could You Call Her Baby? I didn't really care for those right there, to be real.
Yeah, I didn't care for those. It was a good way to end the album off with CeCe Warren, and they had a gospel joint, but like I said, like they could have had other female artists on this album, like Changing Faces, Monica. Where was she at?
Yeah,
she could have been on here. She's severely missing. I wonder if Brandy had something to do with that. You know what I'm saying? Where was Monica?
This was before the beef, so
right. But Miss Thing came out the same year as this. Where was Monica? Where was Changing Faces? Already blew up with their first album. Where was Changing Faces? Aaliyah, she was missing. Where was she at?
Recovering from R. Kelly's trauma.
I'm not even gonna go there. That's why I didn't want to say nothing about Aaliyah. Where Aaliyah could have been on this soundtrack. You know what I'm saying? Like they missing some big stars, some female stars that could have been on this album instead of Shanna and For Real and Sonia Marie. I never heard of these people. Sonia Marie sound like a street fighter, a fighter from Mortal Kombat. Sonia Marie. Fatality.
Yeah, man. Yeah, but the gospel song Whitney and CeCe's Count on Me. Nice way to end up this fucking album and shit.
Right.
But other than that, this was a pretty good soundtrack and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? I definitely loved the fact that even though like not all the songs were like home runs, this was pretty
Mhm.
groundbreaking to have like all female R&B artists on the soundtrack produced by Babyface
Right.
and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? So I'll give this a 4.5 out of 5.
I love it. Well, definitely still one of the best soundtracks of the '90s. Great film. I love the fact that it was all female artists and produced by a legendary producer with Babyface. Some of this, but we had like three or four artists that could have been kicked off of this soundtrack. But other than that, they picked the right singles, and that's what I say. You know what I mean? Even with a bad album, you could have like great singles, and it could still sell. Even like, Jay Z did it with Volume 3, with Blueprint 3. Terrible album, and he picked the right singles. They picked the right singles for this soundtrack, and it was great.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
definitely a 4.5 for me.
Okay, definitely. All right. Now, and honestly, this is a soundtrack I've been wanting to review for the longest. Honestly, because I forgot how much heat this soundtrack had.
Yes,
Fucking this might be my favorite soundtrack we might talk about this week. Well, next to the
definitely.
one we got tomorrow. Next to the one we got tomorrow, but I'm gonna save that. I'm
Right.
gonna not reveal that and shit. Is the Nutty Professor soundtrack? Um, keyword. This little FYI. Def Jam dropped some of the best soundtracks, even for movies that sucked at this time too. So,
But I love Rush Hour too. But I don't think the soundtrack was great. They had some joints on there, but I think the movie was better.
wait, who was on the Rush Hour 2 soundtrack? I don't think I heard
They
that.
had
Let me see.
Benzino. Remember that
Oh,
Figado, that Figado shit
oh
with him and Teddy
God.
Riley and Snoop Dogg was on there. Yeah, that you
Oh,
had Area Codes with Ludacris and Nate Dogg. That was on that.
okay, that was good.
Um, LL Cool J was on that soundtrack. They had Christina Milian when she was signing Def Jam. But I think the movie was way better.
Well,
I didn't care for that soundtrack.
yeah, the first Rush Hour soundtrack was dope. I'm looking at the track list right now. Yeah, Christina Milian, hell no. Nate Gray and Slick Rick.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yo, and they actually they sent me that soundtrack and I was like going through it. I'm like what the fuck is this shit? This shit is bad, bro. I mean, they promoting this shit like it's gonna be some great soundtrack. You
Yeah.
know, like nah, I didn't like that shit at all. I ended up giving it to one of my homeboys and shit. I'm like, nah, the movie was way better. I went to see the movie when it came out. That was hilarious. Got it on DVD. Movie was way better than the soundtrack.
I feel you. Yeah, man. Even though it's marketed as a soundtrack, this was actually just them saying in the reverse side. They said it's music inspired by the film.
Right,
Then why didn't they just say music inspired by the young professor and shit? Oh,
exactly. Why you
okay.
got Benzino?
Uh,
Why you
uh,
got Benzino and that Figaro bullshit on it?
well, they're not
You
on
know?
this soundtrack, thank God. But
No, I'm talking about for the Rush Hour 2 soundtrack.
oh yes,
When they say it music inspired, I'm like, yo, like the song's supposed to reflect the movie because a lot
well,
of
you know,
times
go no, go.
I was gonna say like a lot of times well what they used to do I don't know if they still do but they used to give like clips of the movie to the artists so that they can write to that scene or whatever of of the film. Yeah, I don't know if they still do that with well I mean soundtracks not even a thing no more but they used to do that shit where they would let the artists either watch the film or they would send them like some clips of the film so that they can write to the soundtrack.
Yeah, I feel you on that. I think they did that with the Black Panther soundtrack.
Right. And like with Prince, like Prince saw the Batman before he actually made the soundtrack. They screened the movie for him first. That's why it's a classic soundtrack because he actually saw the movie and the tone of the film and what they were going for.
Right. Yeah, man. This album was produced by Brian Grazer, Harold Garfield, and Leo Cohen and Russell Simmons, Tina Davis. Those were the executive producers. Fourth Disciple, Babyface, Big Jazz, Corey Rooney, that was Austin, Devontae Swing, DJ Delwood, DR Period, Eric Sermon, James Earl Jones, Kenny Cornegay, Prince Marky D, Rashad Smith, Richie Rich, and Warren G. The people on this soundtrack are Case, Foxy Brown, Mary J. Blige, Montel Jordan, Slick Rick, Trigger the Gambler, DV Alias Christ, Smooth the Hustler, Monica, Tretch, Richie Rich, Drain Wiggins, Rain Royal, As Yet, Dose of Soul, Warren G, Malik, Jay Z, Foxy Brown, Def Squad, LL Cool J, 12 o'clock, Raekwon, and The Basement. All right, 13 tracks. Let's get this shit started. Track number one, Touch Me, Tease Me. That's with Case, Foxy Brown, and Mary J. Blige. Very dope song. It's actually my probably my favorite Case song he's ever done and stuff like that too. I think it's like the song that really broke him out there.
But that's his first song.
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. Yep. You know, this was a very dope song. Fucking Dale Young and Kenny Cornegay, they did this track right here. Play this song at a fucking party and shit. It'll just definitely get the party bumping. I love the sample, the Schoolie D sample they used and stuff like that too. And I also love when the Locks did that classic Hot 97 freestyle over this track right here too. So
It's been a while since I heard that freestyle.
yeah, fucking fire.
That's classic record. You got the queen of hip hop soul, my favorite female singer ever, Mary J on the chorus. Foxy gave her a great verse. You know, and this is what 95. So Foxy was on this shit. She was on I Shot You. Ain't No Nigga. She was all over the place blowing up before Atlanta dropped. You know?
Exactly.
Great Case record. Case is definitely an underrated singer. I love a lot of his songs, his albums. You know, and the beat was fire. Great hip hop soul record.
Yes. All right. Track number two, I Like with Montel Jordan featuring Slick Rick.
I like
I'm not the biggest,
baby.
not the biggest fan of this actually.
That's actually on. I got the album. It's actually on the sophomore album, the More album from '96.
I didn't care for that album.
Yeah, you didn't like it? Oh man, that album got some joints, though.
I like that. I only like This Is How We Do It. More has some joints, but
Mm.
uh,
You didn't like Fallen? You didn't like the Fallen joint?
Fallen was good. I like Fallen, but I did not like the visual version.
That wait, he took the straight up menace beat, the MC8 joint, and he was singing over there.
Yep.
Fallen is fast. Fallen, I Like is on there. He has some other joints on that album. That album, I love that album.
Yeah, man. This joint right here, I didn't really care for too much. I like Slick Rick's part, but not really one of my favorite Montel Jordan tracks, honestly.
Slick Rick had a dope verse. You know, again another dope hip hop soul record. Definitely enjoyed it. I remember the video for it is it's the '90s, man. '90s R&B would just hit different, man. It's just it was just better to me.
Yeah, it be like that, man. It be like that. Track number three, My Crew Can't Go For That. This is Trigger the
My crew
Gambler.
can't go for that. No, can do. My crew can't go for that. Love it.
Yes, Hall and Note sample too.
Yes.
Smooth the Hustler and DB Elias Christ. This was supposed to have came out with his first album, Life's a 50-50 Gamble, which in my opinion, they dropped the fucking ball on
Yes.
that record.
They dropped the ball with a lot of albums. Cormega's first album too. They dropped the ball with.
And I heard that 50-50 joint. I kind of like the 50-50
Yeah.
joint more than Smooth the Hustlers Once Upon a Time in America, honestly.
That was fire. I love both of those albums. They
Yeah.
they don't get discussed enough.
Exactly. Legend has it that they dropped him because at that time Jay-Z was about to sign to Def Jam or some shit like that, and you know both was from Brooklyn. I don't know if it's actually true. But yeah.
So they didn't release those albums because of Jay.
Well, I guess they like Jay's style more. I don't know if that's true. Somebody correct me on the chat.
See,
Yeah, I read it.
he fucked. He should have been. They should have been signing these artists. They should have been smooth and Trigger and DV Alias. They could have been signing them to Rockefeller.
True.
You know what I mean? I didn't
Yeah,
know that.
definitely. Yeah, but as for the song though, the song was pretty good. It's a bit more laid back compared to some of the other songs and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? But it's a pretty good song.
This was definitely a radio hit for them because they were going for radio play to even include that Hall and Notes sample.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And I don't think Alias dropped the DV Alias dropped the album either. And I remember him coming up to Stretching Barbito and promoting his singles, but I don't think he dropped the album either though. I think Smooth is the only one from the three that actually dropped the album. Like Trigger didn't drop nothing, and DV didn't drop anything. You know,
yeah, that is
but it's
crazy.
a great track. DR Period produced it. Great beat, great bass line. Love all the notes. I love this the sample they got from I Can't Go For That and classic record. It's a shame that they never got a chance to blow up, but they were great.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you about that, son. Definitely agree with you about that. But you know how the labels music business is and shit.
I want to quote Smooth. I loved his flow because he had that like when people hear broken language. I'm like, yo, he always did that. If you listen to his albums and the other stuff he's done, he was always rhyming like that. It ain't just for one song. You know, like his wordplay was
Exactly.
just dope. He was like, yo, slowly I can capture criminal raptures that master blowing them seas with minimal batches of rappers. He was always doing spitting like that. Again, he's not discussed a lot. These are the artists I'd rather talk about. They're not discussed a lot. I don't want to talk about Tupac a million times. Let's talk about these artists. You know,
Mm. I definitely feel you about that. Um, next track ain't nobody. Speaking of Monica, this was a Monica track featuring Tretch and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Pretty dope track right here. Love their chemistry with one another. At this time, like Tretch was just doing a lot of R&B joints and stuff
yeah.
like that too. Leah's A
hmm
Girl Like You. I love that joint. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
Um,
Scream,
yes, the remix is
the
yes.
remix. Yeah, he's on that.
hmm All right, and this was produced by Dallas Austin. The very underrated Dallas Austin too and shit. So yeah, man, very dope joint. And speaking of Dallas, he did the beat to Scream too. So
Yeah, that's right. I love it. That's definitely was it. This was on Miss Thing also, right?
no,
No, I thought this was on her album. This was definitely a great track. Love the beat, the pianos that start off the track, and then you got Tretch coming in and dope verse from Tretch, one of the illest MCs.
I agree.
Yeah,
Next track we got is Richie Rich Pillow featuring Dwayne Wiggins and Rain Royal. This was also on Richie Rich's Seasoned Veteran album that also came on a Def Jam.
right.
That's like a fucking dope album. That's a West Coast classic, in my personal opinion. And
Yes,
stuff too, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, Richie Rich, he's a very underrated West Coast artist. This track right here, they took a sample of Tony's Lay Your Head on My Pillows, which is why Dwayne Wiggins was also featured on this track right here too, you know what I'm
lay
saying?
your head on my pillow. Love that song.
Yeah.
I don't like how he did this shit though.
Yeah, it's kind of
He
cheese.
didn't need to use that. Yeah. That
The song
Tony
was
is a classic. How they did they joint was classic. I don't He didn't need to sample that joint.
nah, he did
You
it.
know.
But I've heard worse versions. Meek Mill, Chris Brown, when they took Whatever You
Okay.
Want. That was
Okay.
I'll take this over that one.
And I love that song from Tony. So yeah, you gotta sample it right. Don't fuck it up.
Right. Track number 6, Last Night, featuring that's As Yet. As Yet, they were an R&B group. that was signed to like LaFace and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? This was like one of their probably one of their best known song. I'm not gonna hold you guys. I was never a big fan of this group,
Me
honestly.
neither. I,
They were like
I,
it was like the yacht R&B. I call it the yacht R&B.
I haven't heard nothing other than this song as yet from them. I've never understood the hype behind this whole song. I'm like, what's so great about it?
Last night
It
I
sounds like
was
a after
inside of
seven joint.
you.
It sounds like an after seven song. If you put after seven to do this song, it's the same shit.
I disagree.
This don't sound
I
like a Babyface after seven song to you.
no,
Oh my god,
no,
who
no.
produced it? Babyface, right?
Yeah, but you also got to remember, After Seven did some of their own productions too. They didn't always go to Babyface and shit.
Yeah, but a lot of they stuff sound like Babyface did they shit though.
I mean, family. I mean, that's the family and shit.
I never understood the hype for this song. This might be the most overhyped '90s song ever. I never understood the hype for this joint.
Like last, even some of the lyrics. I saw the moon. I was
Right?
like, what the fuck is this,
But
yo?
he had a good ass nut. If you if you saw the moon and the stars,
Hmm. Yeah, this song was
yeah.
trash. I'm sorry.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, man. All right. After that track is track number 7, "Come Around" from Dose of Soul. This was produced by Prince Marky D. Um, Not a fan of the song really.
Not me neither. I don't even know who they are. Dose of Soul? Dose
Yeah,
of
I
Soul?
never heard of it.
Can't we not even getting an ounce. We getting a dose. I was like, yo, I don't even know who these motherfuckers are.
Exactly.
Can you start with a tablespoon first before you give us a dose?
Shit.
Man.
Track number 8, "We Want Your Hands Up." That's Warren G featuring Malik. This is one of my actually one of my 3 favorite tracks off this album.
I love
That's
this
probably my
joint.
third favorite track.
I forgot about this joint.
Yes, man. I forgot about the joint too. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And you guys should know how much I'm a big fan of Warren G and stuff like that too. And around this time, I like the fact that around this time he was really finding his signature sound and
Yes.
shit too. You know what I'm saying? So definitely a fire joint.
And I love the fact that they sampled the cameo joint this. She's Strange.
Yes.
I've always loved that cameo song, and Warren got lyrics. People sleep on Warren, yo. But he said to each and every one of you wannabes, you want none of these, we rap catastrophes. And I love the chorus. We want your hands in the air with your mouth shut. When Hershey looks on the mic and Warren G's on the cut, we make our heartbeat. With Hershey Loke and Warren G. Love the chorus. The chorus fits the beat. Back when choruses meant something, not like now when everybody try to sing you shit. Like
Right.
Warren G and Mr. Malik. I love that other collab they did on Regulate though. What's next? What's next?
Ooh,
What's next? What's NXET? It's me. Warren to the motherfucking G. Come on, man. Give this man his props. This nigga saved Def Jam.
definitely. All right. "Ain't No Nigga" with Jay-Z and Foxy. I've talked about this song when I reviewed Reasonable Doubt. This was produced by Big Jazz and stuff like that. I'm not gonna hold you guys. I like this song, but it's actually my least favorite song off Reasonable Doubt.
What?
My
Wow.
least
That's
and my
blasphemy. That's blasphemy. You don't like
it's a
Ain't No
good
Nigga?
song, but listen. Reasonable Doubt really did not have no bad songs. I can play Reasonable Doubt all the way through
Mhm.
and shit like that too. From "Can't Knock the Hustle" to "Can I Live" to "Politics as Usual" and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So pretty much, when I say it's my least favorite song, that does not mean it's a bad song overall and stuff too. So,
That's in my top three. Right there with Ken Knock the Hustle and The Evils. I
ooh, the
think that
evils, yeah,
love that song, man. Like this again, Foxy was killing shit in '95, yo. Like everything she was on was a classic. She need a versus for sure. When they settle this lawsuit bullshit, they got to give Foxy Brown a versus. Yeah, she
Honestly,
doing too
something
many.
tells me we're not going to see verses no more.
You're not gonna see it again.
Something tells me that.
But she definitely deserve one because she got some joints, man. You know what I mean? And there was a great chemistry with her and Jigga. Love the beat, that old school beat, and Jay saying, they say sex is a weapon, so when I shoot, make your death in less than 8 seconds. Still pounding in your afterlife, laughing. My thing is tired. Who you asking, right? Love this flow on that, and it was that's a classic. The video is classic. Come on. Yeah,
Definitely.
she has her hearing back. She's doing a new album supposedly. Cause I'm like her fan page is following me. She's working on a new album.
Dope.
And she was on KD. She was on the first Kings of G. So if she's not gonna do nothing with
That's
Nas if
true.
she's deaf,
That's true.
you know what I mean?
Track number 10, Breaker 1, Breaker 2, Death Squad. You guys should know I was never a big fan of El Nino, but
Oh come on,
this is
blasphemy!
the
You're saying blasphemy to
this,
their boy.
this is the beats Eric Simmons that put on El Nino.
That's the shit that he put on there when he was listening, checking me out, and full cooperation. Final countdown. Come on, man. I need El Nino. Eric, if you
With that being
watching,
said,
I need El
this
Nino. El Nino.
this is my
That
favorite song off that soundtrack.
that is a dope album. That is a dope album. Whoever get it for me, whether it's you or Eric, I need that El Nino joint. I would prefer the with the bonus CD. The bonus Def Jam joint. That they were putting at that time when they put like the bonus Survival of the
Yeah,
Fittest bonus CDs in it. It comes with a bonus CD, but the El Nino was a dope album. People sleep on that. I don't know why. Reg,
because
why
it's trash.
why do you sleep on that?
It's trash.
Yeah, well, you said Lord Willing
I
was
love
trash,
Eric.
so that goes to prove my point. You said Lord Willing was trash.
I love Eric. I love Redman. I love Keith, but I don't love that album.
So you mean to tell me you would pick There's a Dark Side over this? There's a Dark Side?
Hell yeah, I'll
That
pick
that
Darius
o-
Dr.
that
over El
only
Nino.
that only has at least maybe 9 or 10 good songs on that. It was 19 track album. You would
And
pick There's a Dark Side
how
over
many
this?
good tracks does El Nino have?
It has a lot. I just named you like four. I named you four certifiable bangers off of that album. Ride with Us
I
with
don't,
Too Short.
I don't
That
like
was a
them.
banger
I don't,
too. You didn't like the Too Short song?
no.
You
I
bugging.
I only like the rappers
I'm
that
not
like.
even. Listen, I've never even been a huge Too Short fan, and I felt like Too Short was he did some of his best shit with Eric Sermon. You look at Ride with Us, the Fat Gold Chains. Come on.
Yes, I'll give you that, but I only like the rappers that like song on El Nino. That's the thing.
Oh my god, that shit was bad. That
It was
rendition they did from the
bad.
Sugar Gang.
It was
No,
bad, but at the same
no,
time,
that rendition was
it
bad.
was so bad. It was enjoyable bad.
Enjoy. What the fuck is enjoyable bad?
It's so bad it's good.
No, that they should have never
At least
touched
I'm
that.
honest.
So they should have never touched
I'm
that song.
honest.
No, they should have never touched that song.
I've heard the
You
album 3 times. I try to get into
you
it.
you had certifiable bet. So how come you hold on? How come you was quick to send me the Crisscross the Bomb album, but not El Nino? Okay,
That's easy
like
because I got that Chris Cross album from a fucking lot, and I was trying
uh
to get rid of some space, so I just gave it
oh
to you because you kept talking about the album. So
that's my favorite Crisscross album. It's the second one, but that El Nino got bangers on there. That got bangers on there. I love Eric Summers' production. He was still in vintage Eric Summers mode when that came out.
I mean, he was, but sometimes some producers might have little steeps in their valleys and shit like that too.
So the Neptunes had a steep when they did Lord Willing.
I mean, they had a crater, honestly.
God, yo, oh man.
Hell, Marley Marl. I love Marley Marl, but let's be real. When he did that house shit, that was a steep in the valley.
For his own album, you talking about? For his own album?
No, when he did Roxanne Shantae's The Bad
Oh,
Sister,
I didn't
Craig
hear that
G's
one.
The
That
Kingpin.
was the '93 album.
Which
When
one?
was that? The Bad Sister. When was that?
89.
'89. I gotta hear that one. I didn't hear that one. I don't think I heard that one.
Who
Yeah,
else?
the
Who
Craig
else?
G shit was bad. No, all of the Craig G shit was bad. That's on Craig G. All of his albums were bad. Yeah, yeah, y'all can say he a legend, but he a legend again with no classic albums, just like Jadakiss. A legend, but he ain't got no classic albums.
Shit. But yeah, this is my
You know what I'm
fucking
saying?
shit. I'm just like, why
I
wasn't
love it.
this shit on the LP? No.
Yeah, I love it. This was a dope track also. Great beat, great bass line. You got the female, singing in the background. I think Keith had the best verse. He said, ask yourself this very same question: which crew's fucking with this squad in this profession? When the mic's in my possession, I crush you with aggression, and I ain't talking for niggas to learn a lesson. And I think he was taking shots also at Mob Deep. Remember, he had the beef with Prodigy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
he mentioned some shit about Mob. I'm like, yeah, he's taking shots at Prodigy.
Yep. I'm not surprised. I'm not
I noticed
surprised
that
too.
shit. Yeah,
Because even I'm not even gonna like even if you listen to some lyrics on Muddy Waters, Redman
right.
was even taking some shots at
Yeah, and
too.
but when I noticed they never did shit together. Eric Sherman and Mob, right?
Nope.
They never did anything with together. He never produced them. They wasn't featured on any of his albums.
Nope.
Redman either. Redman didn't do shit with them. The Method Man did shit with them, but Redman didn't do shit with them.
Well,
And that's
Meth is cool
interesting.
with everybody.
Yeah, that's interesting. Even
I mean,
now they haven't worked with each other.
honestly, I feel like, in my personal opinion, Eric and Red don't really have a problem with Mob Deep, but since Keith Murray, I just feel
It's
like it's like
down
a
with them.
loyalty kind of thing and shit.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly because he had the beef with Prodigy and they loyal to him.
Right.
That's why they haven't done shit to I mean I was thinking I'm like yo when his squad broke up like Das Effects wasn't cool with them right
Who?
with Def Squad.
Well, Das Effects was cool with Paris because you gotta remember Das Effects was mostly Paris Smith's artists and shit.
Right. Yeah, because I mean like Das did the microphone master remix with Mob, but I don't think they were talking to Eric and Def Squad at that time though.
Nah,
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. I'm like, even now in 2022, they haven't done shit together.
it's crazy.
Interesting. They got to get over that beef. Prodigy dead already, man. Y'all got to get over that shit. It's like we still talking about Pac and fucking Big. Like they both dead already. Get over that.
I don't know if he's ever squashed the beat. That's a good question.
Keith and Prodigy.
Yeah, I don't even know they squashed it.
Well, what about Saigon and him? He had beef with Saigon also. What about that?
I heard that he's probably. I think he did squash with Saigon. I think.
It's crazy.
Yeah, yeah, man. I love Prodigy too, but like,
Yeah.
shit,
Mm.
that's he just.
In a battle with Prodigy and Redman, who's winning that? Ball for
Ooh,
ball. That would be some shit. Even discography wise, that would be tough.
that
As
is
much as I don't think There's a Dark Side is a classic. He got bangers on that album though.
right.
That can easily fuck with anything Prodigy got. You
Honestly, I'm
know,
gonna have to go with Redman discography over Mob Deep's because
that would be tough.
there's really like only one Redman album I generally dislike,
Mm,
and that's like the Reggie album. For Mob
right,
Deep, I didn't really care for America's Nightmare or Blood Money like that.
right. See, America's
And
Nightmare
even
got joint. It got joints. It just wasn't a classic album. Blood Money, I love, but the thing with that is too much G Unit on that album. That was
exactly,
off. That was 50. That they might as well have been signed to Bad Boy because I was 50 calling the shots on that album. They can say what they want. I'm
shit,
like 50 was calling the shots. He was telling you all what songs to come out with, who to feature on different songs. That's all 50 right there.
I wouldn't be surprised, but at the same time, at least Prodigy let fucking 50 steer the ship and shit like that. Because even in his fucking book, Prodigy respected 50 Cent and shit.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. I would imagine they would have this. He put money in their pocket and he gave them like Lamborghinis or some shit.
Yep,
Yeah, like they got new money when they were signed to G Unit. But when you listen to Blood Money, a lot of that is all 50. 50 was on a lot of that shit. He had the whole unit on that album with them.
right.
You know what I'm saying? He was damn near in every video that they shot for that album. So I'm like, yeah, I like Blood Money, but it was too much influenced by 50 for that album, and they have their own movement. They don't need they didn't need like a Rockefeller or a G Unit telling them what to come out with. That's why they were free agents for a minute.
And that's one of the more reasons why Nas and Prodigy's relationship got more strained and shit too.
Right.
But at the same time too, a lot of people forget, but Nas and Prodigy, they mostly was beefing because Prodigy said that when he was going after Jay-Z, he wanted Nas to team up with them and stuff
Right.
like that too. But then Nas was just like, nah, I'm just gonna let it slide. But then I know
Now,
once,
Nas was like, yo, I'm gonna demolish Jay on my own. I don't need Mob. And he gave
yeah,
receipt. He gave
and
receipt though.
Prodigy
So
felt, yeah, Prodigy felt some kind of way about that shit. You just like, that's some
Clutch was
fake shit.
good. Clutch, I'm disappointed as a Knicks fan, yo. They dropped the ball with Donovan. What we gonna do now? They pissed me off. I want to change hats and go to Brooklyn. That's how mad I am right now, yo. You know what I'm saying? But you know yeah. But the thing is, Nas. If you look at it, Nas could have helped them out on Infamy because I felt like they took shots at Jay, but they ain't call it his name out. This is what I've been talking about for years. When these cats were afraid of Tupac and they ain't call his name out when he was going at New York. They ain't called Jay name out. You like H to the Izzo whatever, but you ain't calling the dude name out. You know what I'm saying? It's like that was your chance to go at Jay after what he did to your on the takeover, and you just say, "Oh, H to the Izzo." Like, come on, go
And
do a
you
real diss song for that nigga. The same way they did drop a gem on him for Pac. Go at Jay like they were afraid of him or something. Nas wasn't afraid of him.
and there's more shit too. Also, we're gonna finish up the soundtrack. But I just want to say a couple more things. That Prodigy also said that he felt that after Illmatic was released, Nas was changing ways and stuff like that too and stuff, and that's why him and Cormega did that diss track off Cormega's 2001 album. I think it's called Keep It Thorough or some shit like
Right,
that.
right. Yeah,
Yes, it's a lot.
because Illmatic didn't sell. Nas still had you was on a major label like Columbia. Columbia want results. They don't care who the hell you are. If you're not giving them results, they dropping you. The same way they got rid of Mike Geronimo. Same way. Well, I don't even see Big L. Big L got killed. But Big L was gonna leave Columbia anyway. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you still gotta when you on a major label like that, you still gotta sell. So he didn't sell with Illmatic. Illmatic is a classic, but he didn't sell. So he was thinking like, well, how am I gonna sell? I gotta go mainstream for it was written, and that's what happened.
True. Yeah, man. Yeah, that whole Nas versus Queensbridge. Y'all catch that beef episode, man. A lot of that shit, man. I was even surprised about too.
Like,
But, next track, LL Cool J doing it again. Now I never knew he actually did a sequel to doing it. All these years,
yeah,
I never knew he had it.
that's on my iPod actually. I still got it on my iPod.
This is actually my second favorite track off this album.
Love
And I
it.
kind of like this version a bit more than the original. I'm sorry. And stuff like that too. I feel like this one was more X-rated and shit.
It was more nastier.
Yeah. And this was around the time when, honestly, this could have been on Mr. Smith. It could have been a B-side. It even sounded like it could have been on his unreleased Double L Cool Down album and stuff
Right.
like that, which that was the original version of Mr. Smith
He
on
needs
my
to
LL.
release that shit. Like for the what is it? It's over 25 years for that, right?
He
Already?
did. He
Oh,
released it when he remastered on Mr. Smith and shit.
and he released
And
it.
yeah, with bonus track on the Mr. Smith
Oh
reissue.
shit, I didn't know that.
And it's better quality than it was better, way better quality.
Right. Yeah, yeah. Mr. Smith was his last classic for
I agree.
real. And yeah, I love this one. This one was great, and he sampled the Anya song.
Yes.
I forgot the name of that shit. The Anya
Yes.
song. It sound like when you hear it, it sound like TV commercial where they're like for Dove soap or something.
Yeah,
But
I know which one you're
mm,
talking about. I forgot the name of it too. I think the Fuji sampled that too, if I'm not mistaken.
they did.
You're talking about ENYA, that
Yeah,
artist, right?
Anya. Yeah, oh yeah, they sampled Anya for Ready or Not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but this version was more nasty. Like LaShawn sounded like she was having orgasms on the damn song.
Exactly.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I love the original one because the original one was supposed to be for Biggie and Kim. And you know what's crazy? I watched the Rock the Bells, the recent Rock the Bells. When Little Kim came out for her set, she played doing it.
Oh wow.
That was her intro song because she was supposed to be on that song with Biggie. And that's why when you hear the Brooklyn chants, they didn't take it out of the song because that was made for Biggie and Kim.
Yeah, because if that joint was made in '95, that could have easily been on maybe Junior Mafia's Conspiracy or even Lil Kim's Hardcore.
That should have been her album. That would have been great.
But see, I could definitely see Biggie on that.
Yeah.
I can definitely see Biggie, and that's the weird thing too. Again, the whole LL Bad Boy connection and shit. You know?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's
Biggie would
wild.
have killed that joint. If they gave him that beat, that would have been a hit too.
Well, maybe we're gonna probably have that joint instead of another and stuff.
I like another but again, that should have been on her first album instead.
Yeah,
I don't think it fit with Life After Death.
it did not fit with Life After Death.
But
But
he wanted a sex joint, just like he gave us a sex joint. Well, he didn't give us a sex. What he get? He had like the interlude joint. And, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, he wanted a sex joint on there, so something for the lady.
But what was fucking you tonight though?
Yeah, that one is a sex joint. I mean, but he wanted some. I think he was wanting to collab with Kim just to say like, yo, like y'all had me on hardcore on the drugs joint, but he was only on the chorus. But here's the real another collab that I mean the collab Get Money was great, but that's on Junior Mafia album. He's like, yo, let me do my own collab with Kim for my own album.
Interesting. All right, next track is 12 o'clock with Nasty Immigrants featuring Raekwon. 12 o'clock, he's one of the Wu affiliates and stuff like that, part of the whole Brooklyn Zoo clique. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, because he was actually shot and killed last year, actually, and stuff like that. I didn't even know that shit either.
I didn't know that
Jesus.
album.
Fucking violence, man. What the fuck? But yeah. Honestly, I actually like this joint because Raekwon dropped one of his most coldest verses.
He did.
And stuff like that too. I actually pulled up some quotables too. Give me 1 second. This nigga said, "Fucking jubilant cats that keep paging me. Peace, what the signs are. Fruit of life like the apricot. Cocktails, tossing them at cops on blocks. Part Killian, drug hillbillies made billions. Like, Jesus Christ.
Yep.
That nigga Raekwon is a monster, man. Shit.
You mentioned like some suede gold fronts or some shit like that in his verse.
Right.
Some fly shit.
That's that fucking mafioso shit right there, boy.
Yes. 12 o'clock was dope too. I liked his verse. My projects be the livest that it gets. Pack text and do the murders in the back steps. I want that bitch with the Lex. A house out in Mex. She disrespects. She buys a Rolex. Loved his flow on that. Rest in peace to him. I didn't even fucking the Wu-Tang Instagram page didn't even put up nothing about him. You know, if that was one of the Wu members, they would have been like, yo, rest in peace to whoever. But they, one of their affiliates, they don't even give a damn about.
That's crazy. Shit. Anyway. And the last joint is a cover of Love Me Down by the Basement. Yes, the same Basement, Devontae Swing, where it had Missy, Timbaland, Genuine, the late great
Static Major.
Yeah, there we go. The late great Status Major and stuff like that. I mean, it's nice that because mostly if you want to hear some shit from the Basement, soundtracks, they appeared on a hella soundtracks. I didn't really care too much for this cover though. I'm gonna be real with you.
Right.
I love the song. I love Ready for the World, but I feel like that's one of those songs that should never be touched.
I thought
they did another. Some other group did another cover of it, where it's like a more bouncy, up tempo kind of song and shit.
Right. I thought it was a dope cover. I love the drums. Supposedly the drums were done by Timbaland, and Devontae did everything else. That you could tell that's Timbaland drums. Like he had them 808s hitting, and Love the drums on this, the synthesizers, the bass line. You got like the female chants in the background, like towards the end. It sounded like they were like doing some college pledge type of shit, you know. But it's
Right.
fire, fire. I love that shit. Just the drums alone on it, like that, fire.
Yeah,
Love it,
those are
love it.
like those signature Timberland drums right
Yes,
there, boy.
that's that shit he got away from. He don't do that. He don't have those drum patterns no more.
Yeah, and honestly, I'm not even the biggest Timberland fan though, but I miss when he did shit like this, like from
Yeah,
'98 to 2001. After Aaliyah's death, I don't know, he just got something just changed him. I don't
he started doing shit for Justin, and then it was a wrap.
know.
And
Yeah,
I love
the great.
Justin, but I love Justin, but like he, Timberland, the drum patterns, he didn't give that to Justin. He gave that shit to Leah and Genuine.
Yeah, he made those drum patterns good for Justin, good for the white boy and shit. Let me stop. Let me stop. Let me stop. Let me stop.
Justin can't dance the drum patterns like that. You know, Breezy can, Justin can't.
Shit. I Other than that, the Nutty Professor soundtrack is definitely one of the best soundtracks of that era. You know what I'm saying? Again, it really begun that whole Def Jam soundtrack run they had in the late '90s, early
Mhm.
2000s, and stuff too. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Almost every song. This is actually one to say where almost every song here is a fucking banger and stuff like
Mhm.
that too. You know what I'm saying? Again, a lot of more exclusive shit, like you know the LL Cool, they doing it again. I love the Monica song with Tretch. That's the thing, and that's the key thing about soundtracks and shit too, man. It's like the amount of quality work, like the amount of quality work and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? That worked well, and that it didn't fit on the actual album. It was just more like fucking appetizer or desserts from
Facts.
the album too. So, with
Facts.
that being said, I'm gonna give this 5 mics.
Definitely. Love the soundtrack, the production, different artists. It definitely has that hip hop soul sound to it, and a lot of great tracks on here. My crew can go for that, and doing it part two, touch me, tease me, ain't no nigga, nasty immigrants, Five My Classic, one of the best soundtracks of the '90s for me. And the
Definitely.
movie was great as well. I like both one and two also.
I didn't care too much for the second one though, but I feel
You
you.
know, right,
I mean, Janet Jackson, just for Janet Jackson alone, I liked it because
right,
that was sexy Janet, all for you,
right,
Janet, and shit.
right.
Um, so just a little FYI, I know people are gonna ask me how if I'm gonna do the Menace to Society soundtrack, which there's so many soundtracks I can do, but I love that soundtrack a bit too much. I'm gonna save another date for that
Mhm.
soundtrack alone and stuff like that too, because that actually might be my favorite hip hop soundtrack ever
Oh
and
wow.
shit like that too. Yeah.
Okay.
And I know tomorrow we're gonna have another good soundtrack, which I'm gonna leave that as a surprise
Hmm.
and stuff.
Yep.
I gotta do a video with Mike. Shout out to Mike tomorrow. We're gonna
What
do a
y'all
crazy.
what y'all doing?
You know,
What y'all doing?
man, yeah, you're gonna do a top 20 young wrestlers moments and shit.
Oh Lord, y'all into that show like that? I
Well,
ain't know
mostly
y'all
from
was
back in
into
the day.
y'all into soap
Back in the
operas like
day.
that. Wow, you doing it all, right? You going from hip hop to soap operas and shit. Yeah, I
And I
definitely
can't.
did
I
not
can't.
watch that. So you were asking the wrong you asking the wrong one.
Hey man, Mike's the homie and shit.
So
The
so
homie
he,
right
he
there.
actually watched that. Mike, you still in here? Y'all was watching soap operas back like that back in the day.
Shit. Yep.
Wow. So what's
I
your
remember.
favorite
I
one?
remember one time I was on a video watching some random clips and I saw his name. I'm just like, that can't be the same Mike. I was like, yo, what's up, Mike?
Wow. So
Like literally
what's your favorite soap opera?
that one, General Hospital,
Oh wow.
maybe All My Children, a little bit of All My Children, but
All
I
my
don't watch too
children.
much soap opera. I watch a selection of it because
Are they even still on? They're not on anymore, right?
All My Children got canceled and shit.
Or they all went to streaming?
Nah.
Oh,
I mean, Y&R and GH, I think that's still going on. That's still going on now and shit.
mm. Yeah, I
But
wasn't
yeah,
into that. My mother we used to like tape them shits back in the day. I not into all that soap operas and for her soap opera for us it'd be like watching Love and Basketball. Well, I mean not Love
oh,
and Basketball. Basketball Wives or
Flavor.
Love and Hip Hop and Flavor of Love. That's the fucking hood soap opera you niggas is watching.
Nah, nah, that's Empire for y'all and shit. Empire,
Empire.
Power.
I only watched Empire up until season 3 though. I didn't watch the last season.
Last, I only watched Empire
I,
up to maybe season 4.
I watched it up until Lucius like lost his memory. Like he had like amnesia or something.
That
And then
story
I was like,
was fun.
yeah, I just thought it got stupid after that. So I didn't watch like the last season. So I don't know what happened on Empire.
Well, Lucius had a white son, and stuff like that. Kingsley, which was a horrible character to begin with, and
Where
shit.
he get the white son from?
I think he fucked some drug ad. I don't know. It's like against
What?
some stupid shit.
That happened in the last season.
Well, the second to last season. Then the last season, Wood Harris came on the show, and Cookie and
Playing what?
Lucius. She played a love interest, a gangster / love
Wow.
interest for Cookie.
Oh, Cookie, of
But then
course. Of course.
with Jussie Smollett bullshit, they canceled the show prematurely and
Yeah.
stuff like that too. So they had to scrap the last episode. But at the end of the day, Cookie and Lucius still was brought together by the end and shit. So
They should have just kicked him off the show. They didn't have to stop the show because of him.
well, the ratings were already going down
It was
too.
going down. Oh,
At
the
that time, the
niggas got
ratings were
tired.
already going down because people were watching Star. That's
Right.
Star more than Empire. But
Mhm.
then they
Because
canceled Star.
right.
Yeah,
And
again because of
that show would have been better on cable because Power was beating them in ratings.
and mind you, they were trying to copy Power too. Empire was trying
Right.
to copy Power
Well,
too.
that's what 50 say. I don't see the comparison. I'm like Empire and Power was different shows. I don't see the
It
compare. I'm
was
like,
different.
mm,
I mean, it was different, but they made the Lions like a crime family than a music family at one point.
but see, like if you watch Kanan now, what's his name? The uncle, the young the uncle that's in that's doing the music. That's like Empire. That's like watching Empire now, because he's trying to do both, like be in the music business as well as the drug game.
You're talking about Lou, right?
Lou, right. What Lou is doing now is what Lucius was doing.
True.
You
I
know what I'm
mean,
saying? But back then, I'm like, when 50's saying that Empire was copying Power, I'm like, they two different shows. I don't see the comparison.
I watched Empire from the first episode to maybe the last episode, and the first season was strictly music.
Mhm.
Strictly music. They had the street
Right.
stuff on the side, but
Mhm.
in the second season, they try to escalate more on the street. It was like a whole different kind of tone in the second
Right.
season.
Right. Yeah.
And mind you, Monique was originally supposed to play Cookie and shit.
Right. Crazy.
But yeah, also from next week, so we're finally going to talk. I'm going to reveal the R&B group we're going to talk about this month weekly. Fucking Black Streets. We're going to talk about
Yes.
all 4 Black Street albums.
Oh God.
But,
Can we just do 2?
hey, it's an artist we never talked about.
Is
So
it a discography breakdown, or we just like individually do?
individual reviews and shit.
Oh Lord, the last 2 you can like. I'm gonna eat dinner when we do those.
Same. I know, like
Yeah.
those last 2 albums,
good.
man. I'm not gonna be
Yeah.
too nice about this.
I don't know what the fuck Teddy Riley was doing then. He was smoking crack or something.
Mind you, there were like for every album was a new lineup of Black.
It was a new lineup. I'm like, what the fuck is this, yo? I'm like, he can't have that much beef with people. Yo, the common denominator is Teddy Riley. The fact that you had 4 different lineups of Blackstreet and all of them are saying the same thing, that he didn't pay them. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what the fuck? What is going on here?
Here we go, deep.
Teddy Riley should never be in another group ever. Like, the shit didn't work out with Guy. The shit didn't work out with Blackstreet. Like, you don't need to be in another group. Like, work by yourself.
Nigga produced for Michael Jackson. He think he's the best producer.
You know what I'm saying?
Let
Like,
me go
yo,
deep, 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 deep.
yo, that's from
That's
the
a dope.
fourth
I like
album.
that song.
That's from the
That's
fourth
a dope
album, right?
song.
I
Third
remember that
album.
song. Third album? I remember that song,
Yeah.
but yeah. That whole debacle with Janet and everyone the same song, like no. There's too
Wait, what
many
about
people on
Janet?
that song. The song was a girlfriend with is Ja Rule, Eve, and Janet on that song. Too many people on
Boyfriend,
that song.
girlfriend. Yeah,
Yeah, there's too many people on that song.
I feel
Way
you. And
too many
then the
people.
week, I know the week after, I mean, the second week of or mid September, we're gonna probably just finally talk about Missy Elliott. So,
Yes, our first three or just discography.
well, for now we can talk about her first three. 'Cause I'm trying to get some more albums from her too.
That shit is
For
out of
now,
print
keyword.
too. That shit is out of print.
I know it's crazy and shit, but
Yeah.
they would re-release like hella trash albums and stuff too, like
Right.
Rose is still a Rose and stuff.
Oh word. Oh word. Yo.
But I know them Black Street reviews are gonna be hilarious.
Yeah. Is Ashley joining us for that or no?
She's not the biggest Blackstreet fan like
Oh,
that.
really? Oh
So,
wow.
but she's gonna join us when we talk about guys stuff.
Yeah.
So,
Cool. Oh.
shit, I'm dying. But I know that fourth album is gonna be horrendous. Oh my god!
Oh God, that was bad.
Remember that song
That's
"Take
that's
You There"?
that's definitely a trash review. Was
Oh
that
yeah.
on there? Hold on, is that the song they did with Maya and Mace?
No, that was just on the Rugrats soundtrack.
Oh, okay.
Take you there. I want to go
That's
there.
that's a trash review. I can already tell.
Make a wish and count.
Jesus.
Boy,
And Chauncey left the group to go sign with Flip Mode. Who told you Busta Rhymes was putting you out? He don't even put out his
oh
own
my.
fucking orders.
But he sounded flip mode.
Yeah, he's on the
Oh
Flip Mode.
shit.
He was
Oh
on the Flip
shit.
Mode during that time. Yeah, he as a solo artist, and he has like unreleased songs on YouTube that he never came out with an album. I'm like, duh, because Busta wasn't putting out none of his artists. He didn't put out Split Star. He didn't put out Baby Sham. Rod Digger only dropped like one fucking album on the Flip Mode. Lord Have Mercy left. He didn't drop nothing. Rock Marcy left. You know what I'm saying? Like Busta wasn't putting out no artists on the Flip Mode. Papoose signed with Flip Mode. He didn't even come out with nothing. Yeah, Chauncey signed with Flip Mode.
That's wild.
I'm like, you left Black Sheep to sign with Busta Rhymes? That's even worse.
Cause I've seen some interviews, man. This nigga still pissed at Teddy Riley and shit.
Yeah, a lot of them are. They have two different separate accounts on Instagram. There's two different Black Sheep accounts on Instagram. There's one that
Yeah, I
Teddy
know.
Riley runs, and then the other one, and Chauncey's the one that told me that I didn't even know that. He's the one that commented on he sent me a comment that there's two different Black Street Instagram pages. There's one that he runs, and then the other one Teddy Riley runs. I'm like, yo, they that's crazy.
Cause I remember.
Imagine the Temptations went through many lineups. Imagine them having like 4 different Instagram pages.
Bro, can you imagine social media if the Temptations
Right?
bullshit happened on social media and shit?
Yo, that's some crazy shit.
I don't want to say even the Dave Hoster unsung.
Mm-hmm.
Chauncey didn't even want to let them play Before I Let You Go and shit like that because he still owns the rights to that song and shit. So
Right.
the narrator was like, the song Before I Let You Go, we try to get the rights to it, but Chauncey wouldn't let it. Some shit like that. I'm just like, wow.
But Teddy Riley produced the beat though. That's his shit.
Yeah, but I think Chauncey wrote the lyrics and shit.
So they don't have like joint ownership of the song.
We'll find out when we talk about the album next
Crazy,
week and shit.
Crazy. Yo, and you know what I'm starting to realize? That Unsung is pissing a lot of these artists off because I watched the DJ Quick interview with Talib, and he said the same shit that Unsung fucked up a lot of the shit that you saw his episode, right?
Yeah, I got it too.
But we didn't talk about it though.
Nah, because we're gonna talk about them classic unsung episodes soon though.
Yeah, he said they fucked up his episode because they tried to make it seem like something he said about his sister. Like his him and his sister don't talk no more. The sister tried to kill him, and unsung said some shit about how he they said something that he didn't like and that they got his words were taken out of context for that show. And a lot of artists said that. PM Dawn said the same shit when we did the review for that unsung episode, and dude told me like, yo, they fucked up a lot of shit in that unsung episode. It seemed like a lot of people don't like unsung, but they still doing the damn show.
Well, here's the thing. I've heard about that DJ Quick thing. I think I heard about him going off on unsung and stuff like that. But
Yeah,
I personally feel that sometimes it's just like some of the artists kind of put themselves in that situation and stuff like that too, because everybody has a different size to certain stories or certain scams that might happen, and unsung as a show might want to accommodate to everybody and stuff like that too. So that's why I kind of feel like when a certain artist side don't get fully explained to that point, they feel like it should be explained to, then they just be like, oh wow, and now and stuff, you know.
this shit I could tell you the shit that the dude from PM Dawn told me. I don't. The reason why I didn't even say yes to the interview was because I'm like, yo, like I was telling you all the other night with Mark when Mark was on here. I don't want to get caught up in no family drama with him and the family because supposedly like there's some shit that went down with Prince B that they didn't mention, but he wanted to come on and do the interview so that he can mention it. I'm like, yeah. So what happens when Eternal sees that? That's going to cause some type of conflict.
I heard some shit like, wasn't he caught in like some child abuse scandal or some shit like that?
It wasn't that. It was more shit than that. Not that shit. We already know about
Uh,
that. There was some other shit that happened that he told me, and he was like, "Yo, he wanted to come on and do the interview and talk about it because he's like, yo, unsung didn't mention none of that shit. They tried to make it seem like him being the cousin that he was just in the group for money or for ownership or whatever. He was like, nah, they left out a lot of other shit that they didn't mention. And I'm like, yo, well, if we do that interview, it's gonna look like it's. I'm seeing it like this, like it's social media. These artists are gonna see the damn interview. You know what I'm saying? YouTube is open for everybody to watch. That's why we were able to get the Jones Girls sons on here because they saw the review that we did. If Eternal sees that, and he's the brother of Prince B, if Eternal sees that interview, and dude is saying all this personal family shit about Prince B or whatever, and this man is dead and gone, it's gonna cause some beef with them, and then we're gonna be in the middle of that because of doing that interview. That's what I was trying to tell Mark the other when he was here about that. That you know what I'm saying. I don't think we should have did that. We should do the interview because it's gonna cause conflict with their family, and I don't want my name being brought. If I'm trying to do shit on here, the last thing I need is bad publicity of my name being brought up in some family shit that ain't got shit to do with me.
I
You know what I'm
feel you.
saying? So I still want to do the interview with him, but I want to talk about the PM Dawn music, not that family drama shit. That's between him and Prince and his cousin. That ain't got nothing to do with me. That ain't got nothing to do with us. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, I'm a fan of PM Dawn. I would definitely love to do the interview with him and talk about their music and their legacy. I don't want to talk about all that family drama shit. That's something that he need to talk about with his cousin. Y'all not getting me in no fucking family drama. I'm good on that. Now other people wouldn't give a damn and they love scandals and well, that's them. I'm not in it for that. I don't get on different platforms to talk about scandals. You know what I'm saying? So that's just me.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
See, Mark Nash would have did that interview. He in it for the smoke. I don't care for all that, man. I'm in it for music and the culture. It's big. It's bigger than that.
Right. All right, it's
You know what I'm saying?
5:46.
But it seemed like a lot of artists are pissed off with Unsung. It's like I don't know if they're doing it on purpose or what it is, but it's not the first time I've heard artists complain about Unsung.
Well, the same things people said about Unsung, they say the same thing about Behind the Music too. Because I remember they did an episode on Rick James, and honestly, the original version of that episode, they talk so much about his drug abuse. They barely talk about his music. They even did the same shit with Shaka Khan too. So that's just my personal opinion and stuff like that too. Because they do this shit all the time, even with fucking Eat You Hollywood Story. They always the people say they fabricate some of the truth in. So that's why you just gotta do additional research and shit too.
Well, if they're doing that for ratings, that's they're desperate because then you're just like throwing in any old thing on that artist just for ratings.
Yeah, man, I can't wait for this season of Unsung. I cannot wait though. Norman Connors, Coachella Records, Solar Records, Jim Carn, talking about reggae and jazz. I mean, come on, man.
I'm ready. I'm ready to hear who you gonna piss off this season, like you did last season. You know, and then you don't blame on song. Don't blame on song when you say, "Oh, I never liked this person's music."
Well, honestly, y'all might not like what I'm gonna say about Tony Terry, but we're gonna wait till that happens.
Hey, I can't say shit because I ain't listening to him like that. So you know more about his music than I do.
I'm gonna stay up for like 5 more minutes and shit. I'm just getting ready for work. I'm watching this crazy ass movie and shit about.
What's that?
It's a movie on Prime. It's called A Stalker in the House.
Never saw it.
It's pretty much about this white boy that can't leave this white girl alone, and it's like this frumpy looking white girl, and he ends up killing all of her friends and shit too.
No.
I don't know. I like watching movies like this. I don't know why.
What you trying to tell us, Reg? That's you've been ranting like Kanye and you're a stalker? What's going on with you?
Nah, because it's funny how white people make the dumbest mistake when doing this shit like that.
What's going on with you? What you trying to tell us here? You need help? you can like go on vacation and I'll do the live streams from your channel. You know, it'll be like when Jay Leno was filling in for Johnny Carson on the Tonight Show.
Shit, look what happened with that.
Right? You were so good
Johnny
to take over.
Carson came right back. Invited Leno in and talked so much shit.
And Leno ended up getting the show anyway.
Right. They all got shows.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Shit.
Why do you even think that? I keep seeing that fucking thing. I'm like, I'm not watching that shit.
Well, Winnie the Pooh?
That should look like a straight B-rated horror film. I'm not even watching that.
That shit looks disgusting.
Stupid. And why hasn't Disney sued them yet? Like they're using one of their characters.
Why the fuck?
That's definitely
are
Disney doing. Huh?
They're making Busta and Babs twins in this Tiny Toons reboot. Oh hell no! I'm not watching that though.
Yeah, me neither.
Tiny Toons were not fucking twins. They were boyfriend and girlfriend and shit. Babs and Busta were boyfriend and girlfriend.
I thought they was brother and sister though. They wasn't
no,
brother and sister?
No, they were not brother and sister. No.
Yeah, I don't remember that. I saw that back when I was in. I think that shit, I was like in junior high when that shit came in. I don't remember like everything about that.
Well, it's one of the greatest cartoons ever made and shit.
Looney Tunes, yeah, definitely was one of the greatest.
Yes.
Looney Tunes. I don't know about Tiny Toons. Looney Tunes, definitely.
Tiny Toons, Looney Tunes. I mean, it's all under the same umbrella, bro.
Yeah, but it's not the same characters though.
They were like counterparts. It was Looney Tunes for the new generation, but it was.
They were like
good.
the cousins of Bugs in them.
You can say that. Plucky Duck, fucking Buster and Babs, Hamilton Pig and shit. Come on, man. That's my childhood right there.
Wow. It's not the same. Definitely, Ducktales ain't even the same. I didn't even watch that reboot, and I can tell you it's not the same.
I like the Animaniacs reboot.
I didn't even watch.
I need to finish watching it. My only gripe is that they took out like a lot of characters. Pretty much just the Animaniacs and Pinky and the Brain. They don't have. I don't think the squirrel is there. I don't think, but it's still good because the writing they got the same writers and shit. Just all this reboot bullshit. They just have to stop, yo.
Well, I mean, if the show is aimed for kids, right? They're not gonna put out that message to kids that, oh yeah, you should have a boyfriend or girlfriend at a young age. So of course they're gonna make them related,
Well, that's the thing though. Tiny Toons when they first came on, it was mostly aimed at kids and adults and shit.
But this one don't sound like it's gonna be aimed for adults. It sounds like it's gonna be for kids.
And that's why it's gonna suck. Yeah, I need to rewatch that DuckTales reboot.
I wasn't watching it. I looked at the animation. I'm like, nah, this shit ain't the same.
Life is like a hurricane. DuckTales rules. Okay. All right, I'm about to end off this video right here because I gotta save up my minutes. So appreciate y'all for watching this review. This was Waiting to Exhale and the Nutty Professor and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying. Make sure y'all cop them both are out of print and stuff like that too. So,
Eric, where you at? I need Nutty Professor. That's another one. El Nino and Nutty Professor. Both those two I need.
Oh, power! No Cree Summer, no watch from each. But other than that, hope y'all have a good night. Appreciate this try as usual. I will tomorrow at 10 o'clock. That's when I'll do the review and stuff.
Cool.
All right. I'll see y'all later. Peace.
Yeah. Peace.